Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? Hope you are safe and sound. I am also fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today I am going to discuss Chapter 10 of Bangladesh and Global Studies for Class 8, that is JSC BGS. Chapter 10, topic Social Problems of Bangladesh. Dear learners, in the previous class I discussed one of the major juvenile offense of Bangladesh, that is one of the major social problems of Bangladesh, that is juvenile offense, its impact and ways to prevent juvenile offense. But today I am going to discuss drug addiction, its impact and remedies to drug addiction. So dear students, let's begin today's class. Before going to discuss drug addiction, I like to repeat something. There are many social problems in Bangladesh. Among them, drug addiction and juvenile offense are two major problems which are now people are concerning. And to save the juvenile from these two social problems, we have to go forward collectively, and we have to implement all the necessary actions provided by the government and the social remedies, so that our juvenile cannot be fall victim of such kinds of problem. Dear students, every year course is made on this chapter, that is the social problem of Bangladesh, either on juvenile offense or on drug addiction. So we have to take a special preparation on this chapter so that we can make good result in the next JSC examination. So dear students, let's start discussion on drug addiction. First of all, the causes of drug addiction. Drug addiction is one of the major social problems in Bangladesh. At present, it is a concern of everybody. Drug addiction causes to happen for various reasons. For many reasons, drug addiction we notice in our country. First of all, instigation of friends. Drug addiction begins by mixing with the addict friend. If a friend is drug addict and if we mix with him, this addiction begins in us. Juveniles take drug by being instigated by the friends, not only to get momentary excitement. Actually, juvenile want to get momentary excitement, but it begins with the instigation of close classmates or close friends. They do this without knowing any harmful sides of drug. Later on, this become the cause of their death. That is, juvenile start taking drugs with curiosity or with the instigation of the friends, but he doesn't know what would be the final consequence of this addiction. The state of taking any kinds of drug becomes serious problem for the person, even it causes to death. Second, curiosity. The juveniles are by nature curious. As a result, many start to take drugs only out of curiosity. The juvenile sometimes steals bidi or cigarette from the pockets of their father or other elderly person only to satisfy their curiosity. This curiosity at one time leads them to smoking. They later on develop the habit of smoking into the habit of taking other intoxicating items such as hemp, fentanyl, heroin, yaba, etc. That is, a drug addiction begins with taking smoking, that is only cigarette or bidi, but it gradually develops in a person taking hemp, heroin, fentanyl, yaba, etc. Frustration. Third cause of drug addiction, frustration. Many juveniles suffer from frustration due to unemployment, loneliness, death of dear ones, betrayal in love, family disturbance, etc. To get rid of this frustration, many start taking drug items. Later on, this turns into their other intoxicating items. The juvenile may also suffer from frustration by being deprived of parental affection and attention, or frustration may also come from a family disturbance and quarrel. At one stage, they become drug addicts. That is, if there is no healthy family environment, and if in the family parents or elderly person often engage themselves in quarreling, then the juvenile start to frustrate, and this frustration leads them to take drug items. Next cause, bad culture. The influence of bad culture is another reason of drug addiction. At present, the culture of one country is being easily influenced by the culture of another country through cinema, TV channel, internet, etc. A group of juveniles are being misguided. Even they are lost due to the clash of two different cultures. There is positive and negative. If the positive and negative culture go side by side, the juvenile may take the negative one due to the influence of cinema, TV channel, internet, etc., and finally lead them towards drug addiction. Dear learners, now effect of drug addiction. What are the negative result of drug addiction? Drug addiction has now become a frightening problem in our social life. Its effect in our social religious life is also very serious. First effect on health. A drug addict may suffer from physical disease such as heart disease, TB, cancer, asthma, etc. A drug addict suffer from heart disease, TB, cancer, asthma, etc. Second effect on mental health. Mental health of the drug addict become very weak. The mental health of the drug addict becomes very weak. The drug addict suffer from frustration and inferiority complex. They not only do their own harm, but also they cause chaos in the society, being the victim of timidity, anxiety, and excitement. That is, due to involved in drug addiction, the mental health of the addict person will deteriorate day by day. Next effect on family life. The effects of drug also create different complex problems in family life. The peace and happiness of the whole family is disturbed by the drug addiction. There is always quarrel in the family of a drug addict child. That family does not have any respect from the neighbors. The family often becomes ruined for arranging money to buy drugs. That is, if a person is drug addicted, he always disturbs the family to get money to buy drug items. As a result, the peace and happiness of the family is ruined, and the neighboring family do not show respect to the family, As a result, the family often becomes ruined for arranging money to buy drugs. And effect on society. Last effect, negative effect of drug addiction, effect on society, negative consequence on society. The incident like murder, suicide, fleeing from home or getting lost also happen due to drug addiction. The incidents like stealing, robbery, hijacking, killing, murdering frequently happen in the country where drug addictions are drugs are easily available. Social insecurity and the decay of moral values also happen due to the effects of drug. I can cite some example in this regard. The border belt of Pakistan, Iran and Afghanistan is very crucial for the availability of drug items. Heroin, opium and other intoxicating items are abundantly produced in this area. In the same way, the border belt of Cambodia, Vietnam and Laos are available for drug items. This area is called Golden Oasis for drug supply. Even the border belt of Bangladesh, Nepal and India are important to the drug seller, drug addict. That's why this area is called Golden Oasis. Golden Oasis for drug supply. But now the situation is improving due to the active participation performance of the law enforcing agency of Bangladesh. This problem is reducing day by day. So dear student, now prevention of drug addiction. How will we prevent drug addiction, drug addict problem? Drug addiction must be resisted and controlled with a view to saving the persons of the society from bad side of drug. The following measures can be taken to prevent drug addiction in our country. First of all, moral education. Preventive steps are most fruitful in the resistance of drug addiction. For this, emphasis should be given on moral education. The parents and the elderly person of the family should play an active role to teach the children religious and moral values from their early age. The harmful sides of drugs and all religious restrictions to this effect must be informed to everybody. In fine, anti-drug awareness and social movement must be built through religious education and other means. That is, first of all, we should raise moral education. We should impart moral education into among our young generation, and in this way we can prevent drug addiction. Now, role of institutions. There are different institutions in a country. They can play a vital role to prevent drug addiction. At local level, religious institutions such as the mosques and temples, socio-cultural organizations and sports organizations such as a club, society can play a significant role to resist drug addiction. They can make people aware of the bad sides of drugs by arranging discussion, meetings, seminars, etc. They can inspire people, especially the young people, to follow the promise "Say No to Drug" by arranging different programs. In this way, different institutions can play a vital role to prevent drug addiction and keep the juvenile and the young away from drug problem. Next is step to prevent drug addiction: anti-drug awareness. Anti-drug awareness. Different mass media can play a significant role to prevent drug addiction. Anti-drug awareness can be created by newspaper, radio, television, cinema, poster, billboard, and leaflet. So that through these awareness activities, we can prevent drug addiction and we can keep away our young generation from being addicted. Recreation. Arrangement must be made for healthy recreation, and the infant and juvenile must be attracted to this so that they do not get inclined to drug addiction and other bad habits. That is, we should arrange pure recreational facilities for the young, for the infant, and that's why they will be attracted to these recreational activities and they will not get inclined to this drug addiction. Next, apply law. By applying law, we can prevent drug addiction, drug problem. The government of Bangladesh has enacted law on the use or on the control of tobacco product last in 2013. The government of Bangladesh has enacted law on the use of tobacco product in 2013. The law includes punishment for the use of tobacco product in a public place and public transport. If anyone violates this law, he will be penalized with money up to 300 taka. And if that person commits the offense for the second time or repeats the same offense, the penalty will seriously, that is, the penalty would be doubled. By applying this law, we can prevent drug addiction. Stop production. Steps should be taken to stop production of obscene films, that is substandard film. Production and advertising of smoking and other additive products should be stopped fully. Moreover, we should control the market of used drug products in medicine. That is, some drug products are produced in the name of medicine. We should stop the production. We should control the market. Alternative employment. Alternative employment opportunities must be created for the workers who involved in the production of drug items. Advertisement. Public and private initiative should have to be promoted through advertising on drug abuse. Both government and private organizations promote advertising on the negative side of drug or drug abuse. Last of all, role of a teacher to prevent drug addiction. A teacher can play the most important role in preventing drug addiction. He can inform the student of the bad effects and harmful sides of drug. Moreover, the smoking of a teacher in front of the student should be considered as offense. So, dear students, in this way we can prevent drug addiction. We have already discussed what is drug addiction, causes of drug addiction, effect of drug addiction in on our society, family, on economy, even on morality, and last of all, how will we prevent drug addiction or drug problem from Bangladesh. So no more today. Study regularly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.